Our dedicated context-sensitive help plugin interacts with the DTP helper and the Eclipse help system at runtime to provide dynamic context-sensitive help for a UI plugin in context-sensitive help UA plugins in Eclipse. Here you can see some context-sensitive help UA plugins in Data Tools platform plugin development. How a dedicated context-sensitive help plugin interacts with DTP helper and the Eclipse help system runtime to provide dynamic context-sensitive help for UI plugin. Context-sensitive help UA plugins handle the mapping of help context to context-specific help content and related online documentation topics. For projects that use DTP DTP helper, context-sensitive help plugins contributes Eclipse context XML files which supply the context-specific help content for each help context and point to other help topics contributions related to the help context. Java properties file which define the property key value parts that maps the abstract help key constant to concrete help context IDs and context-specific help search expressions. Tip: the help key properties files usually contributed in pairs, each one for help context IDs and help search expressions. Following this diagram shows how the dedicated context-sensitive help plugin interacts with the DTP helper and the Eclipse help system at runtime to provide dynamic context-sensitive help for a UI plugin. During workbench startup, DTP helper registers help key properties file contributions declared by context-sensitive help plugins. Eclipse help system registers iContext content contributions declared by context-sensitive help plugins. Online help TOC and topics contributions declared by documentation plugins. After workbench is initialized, the GUI is presented with workbench parts and controls contributed by UI plugins. Context-sensitive help requests are usually handled by a UI plugin or its delegated help event listener for the workbench parts and UI controls that contributes. When the user requests context-sensitive help, for example by pressing F1 or clicking help icon, the following sequence occurs. One UI plugin requests a concrete help context IDs from the DTP helper plugin by passing an abstract help key. Two, DTP helper looks up the help context IDs by its associated help key in the help key properties file that was registered for the UI plugin. Step 3, the DTP helper returns a help context ID to the UI plugin. Step 4, the UI plugin sets the concrete help context IDs on its associated workbench part or UI control, then passes that help context ID to the Eclipse help system to request the display of context sensitive help. Step 5, the Eclipse help system look up the context specific content and related topics by the help context ID, retrieves them from the context XML file that was registered for the UI plugin, and then display them in the help view. Upon user request by clicking a related topic link, the Eclipse help system retrieves a help topic content contributed by a documentation plugin and displays it in the help view. Eclipse context XML file system, Eclipse context XML files extension. Each plugin that contribute an Eclipse context XML file must declare an extension to org.eclipse.help.context in its plugin and plugin manifest plugin.xml file. Help key properties files extension. Each plugin that contributes help key properties files must declare an extension to Eclipse org.eclipse.datatools.help key properties in its plugin manifest plugin.xml. Context sensitive help plugin IDs. Context sensitive help plugin IDs. Plugins can be supplied as dedicated plugins which point to related help topics that are contributed by other online documentation plugins, but do not contribute any help topics themselves. You can see here in the startup context sensitive help plugin is connected to helper plugin and Eclipse help system. Doc plugin is connected to Eclipse help system. In runtime, here you can see the UI plugin implements UI objects, dialog editor, etc. Define UI context as abstract help key. Handles context sensitive help request events. Request external context IDs from helper. Sets concrete context IDs ID on control and passes request to Eclipse help system. And UI plugin is connected to helper plugin. Registers help key property contributions. Handle context ID request. Looks up help key in properties files to find help context IDs. Returns concrete context ID. Helper plugin is connected to context sensitive help plugin. Declares extension to help key properties to contribute help key properties files. Inside context sensitive help plugin, you can see properties files and context XML file. Map help key constant to context IDs and search expressions which related to properties file. Context XML file maps concrete context IDs to help content and related topics. Here you can see with context sensitive help declares extension to help key properties to contribute help key properties files and declares extension to org.eclipse help key org.eclipse.help.context to contribute context manifest. And then helper plugin is connected to UI plugin. Here UI plugin is connected to Eclipse help system. Registers iContext context contributions. Registers TOC contributions. Handles request for context sensitive help by context ID. Looks up context IDs to find context specific content and related topics. Displays context sensitive help to related topics links. Displays related topics on request. Eclipse help system is connected to context sensitive help plugin, and Eclipse help system is connected to then doc plugin here. Declares extension to org.eclipse.help.toc, contributes toc.xml and online documentation help topics. Help content is inside doc plugin. This is help content. Help topics in XHTML files. Now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching it.